lot of people want me dead. They call it justice. I'm the only one who knows the truth. All I have left is the wind by my side.
Hey guys, welcome to Yasuo School. In this episode, I'll be teaching you about teamfights. Teamfighting on Yasuo can be one of the hardest things to do, so I wanted to show how to teamfight as Yasuo. The main turning point of Yasuo in teamfights is the ult timing. Now if you're ahead and fed, you can just dive into the enemy team and just kill them all. But when you're behind, you need to be able to dish out as much DPS as possible while not dying and providing CC for your team. This video's focus will be on ult timing in teamfights. First, let's show an example of a Yasuo teamfight where you are equal to the enemy team in gold. This game, our Lucian was doing extremely well, so I decided that my job would be peeling for Lucian and setting up easy damage for him. Because of this decision, I would be attacking whoever came near Lucian, but at the same time, I would be looking for good ulti setups. In this clip, I focus the Castellan who was picked off by a Grog Assault, and I make sure not to ult him, because it would be a waste. I look at my backline and see Lucian is in a safe position with Bard, so I try to find a time to set up a good ulti on the enemy, where Lucian would be able to dish out DPS while I was in my ult cast. I see the moment, and instead of shooting my Q in a straight line, I flash EQ to get the knockup, because the straight line Q would most likely miss due to the enemies running out of its line, flashing out, or seeing the tornado and reacting accordingly. This leads to us stopping the teamfight and ending the game. So in this team fight, I had my windwall on cooldown so the wall would not be up for the remainder of the fight. In this clip, I insta-ult Gragas thinking he wouldn't get bursted down so quickly, and the CC under tower would help kill him, but to my surprise, he just pops, leading to me wasting my ults. If you look at the Nami wave, which I ulted off of, it ends up hitting two of their carries at the exact same time, knocking them up. If I saved my ult just 1 second longer, I could have insta-bursted their carries, making the teamfight a lot cleaner and a lot less bloody than it had to be. A lot of extra summoner spells were used, and a lot of my teammates died because of my mistake. The key point is the fact that you must be patient with your ults, and not use it the moment you see someone get knocked up. Now, that doesn't mean you don't ult early, because ulting too late is also bad for you in a teamfight. The early ult can help give you the extra armor penetration in some fights, but holding will make that armor penetration bonus not be effective in the early stage of a team fight. In this clip here, I get caught up by a hook, but their team completely ignores me and dives my backline, leaving me alive for the fight. Nami gets an amazing 3-man wave, which I could have ulted off of, but I saw that Master Yi and Lissandra were far from the fight. I assumed Nami would hit the bubble after ulti, because she was playing extremely well, so I held onto my ult, hoping to stall for time for our two big carries to arrive. She hits the triple bubble, knocking the 3 enemies back up, and I should have ulted off that, but I held my ulti for too long that time and waited to set up a knockup of my own to get another 3-man knockup. Sadly, my ult only connects on Nasus and Thresh and not Gragas because Gragas was out of range. My ult timing and chain CC ended in our favor, but if I ulted just a little sooner, it would have hit all 3 of their frontline and still would have been enough time for Lissandra and Master Yi to arrive. We end up winning this fight because of the chain CC, and their Ezreal, who was our most fed carry, wasn't there, leading to a lot of damage being lost for them. This was a scenario where I ulted too late, leading to me not being able to abuse the armor penetration and me having to flash to survive. In this last example, I see that Nami lands an amazing bubble on their Ezreal, and I know if he dies then we insta-win the teamfight, so I ult into him. I was too antsy about the knockup hitting, and I did not realize my team was in a bad position to follow up on this pick, so I just get insta-bursted. Now, in this clip, I got extremely lucky because all of the enemy team decided to clump and collapse onto me, so my backline and carries could just do work against them. Master Yi dives onto Ezreal after all the peel is blown, and Lissandra gets the chance to E into the enemy clump. Now, this would have been amazing if Thresh didn't hook Lissandra out of her E instantly because Lissandra would have been able to get a clean 4-man ult. Lissandra is still able to get a decent ult after she gets out of the Thresh hook because the enemy clumps onto her, and Nami can follow up with her bubble and Kate hits from afar. Now the main point of this clip is to show the terrors of feeling hyphy on Yasuo and ulting too early and too far from your team. If we ended up losing this team fight, it would have been completely my fault due to me getting caught after single ulting the carry. We end up winning the game off that fight, but I cannot say it was because of me, but it was because my team was able to collapse correctly. The main point I'm trying to get at is the fact that your ult as Yasuo has the ability to win you a team fight or lose it. Yasuo's ult has a huge impact, and being able to set it up correctly will put apart the good Yasuos from the great. No matter how behind you are, a solid ult will provide enough CC and damage for your team to collapse and win the fight. The 3 key points you should have when preparing for a team fight is 1. Do I have knockups to set up with my ults, or do I have to provide myself with them? 2. Do I have to play passive and smart to win the fight, or can I dive in and team cleans up for me? And 3. Do I need to peel for any fed carry on my team in order to win the game? These are just the thoughts you should have entering a team fight, but your choices and decisions may change in the midst of a fight. The depth questions you should ask yourself is 1. What can I win well, and what position do I have to be in to be able to block the enemy's projectiles? 2. Do they have hard CC to stop me and burst me when I go in? And 3. Do I have to play around that CC, or can I just go in and ignore it? Hopefully you can take this knowledge and apply it in-game, and if there are any more questions about teamfighting, I can make another video on it to elaborate on the detailed things you can do. Leave a comment down below on what you want the next video to be about, and if you have any tips and tricks that you want me to cover. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.